Okay, so today's job is to drill some holes for the handrail stanchions. So what we're going to do is have a vertical handrail here and a horizontal handrail here. Now I had wanted to make this horizontal handrail to match the one on the boiler, which is what the full-size Loco is like. But the ones on the boiler would actually be somewhere up in the window space, so we can't do that. So what, instead, as a reference, I've basically made these heights the same as on the tender, and then I'm just lining this up in line with that, with the top of that one. So we need to drill four holes on each side to fit this thread, so I need to measure that. And we'll get that done and we'll bring. So I'm just drilling these holes 2.3 mil, which is clearance for 8 BA. Okay, so we've drilled the 4 holes on each side for the handrails. I'm just going to quickly deburr them. This style deburring tool is really nice to use, and you can get them in different sizes. They're quite expensive, but well worth the money, I think. They do make the job a pleasure rather than a chore. So I bought these stanchions from EKP Supplies. These ones are actually really for 3.5 inch, but they're a reasonable match to the ones that are actually on the Loco currently. And the hole through the middle is 3/32, which I just happen to have some TIG rod here. Just what this is. I'm just popping through. I think that's going to fit quite nicely, actually. So I think I'll put that a bit oversized for now. I'll try to. There we go. And then we can use that to hold it sort of in place while we put the nuts in. So I'm just going to. So the 3.5 inch. So the stanchions for the 3.5 inch gauge Locos use 8 BA nuts. So luckily I've got some of these. So we'll see if we can get them roughly attached. There we go. That's one on. That's fiddly. That's why I'm not wearing gloves today. But yeah, that doesn't look too bad actually. Definitely worth doing. I was in two minds about it, but I think I'll put these two on slightly oversized, and then I'll have a look with it on the Loco and see how that looks. I found it easier to actually just put the stanchions in first and then add the rod. So as we can see on the original, the stanchions are quite bulky. Maybe I should have chosen the 5 inch gauge ones, but it is what it is. So the way they've done them, the builder has done them, is to actually make them flush. So we'll have to see if we can do that. I think actually with the thinner ones it looks better with a bit of an overhang. I'm quite liking just a very small overhang like this. You know, it is different, so we may as well emphasise the difference. I'll just trim that to length and trim that to length. So yeah, just a very small overhang, I think. Okay, so that's one side done. I quite like the look of the overhang, so I'm going to go with that for now, and we'll see how it looks when it's painted. I can always tap them through and shorten them if need be, but I quite like how they look at the moment, so we'll go with that for the time being. So again, I'm putting all the stanchions in first. I found it was easy to get the nuts started doing it this way. Obviously, when you use the shears, the wire is a little bit, or the TIG wire is a little bit pointed, so you need to use a file to just clean them up a bit, which is what I'm doing there. And then by tightening up the stanchions, it does hold them in place quite well, but I've also just added a little bit of Loctite as well. Okay, so that's the second side done. It's the first time, again, it's the first time I've done these sort of handrails, so it's all a bit of a learning experience. That's all handrails done. Again, a first for me, so I'm reasonably happy with it. Just adds a bit more detail to the cab. So yeah, not too bad. So I'll show it you on the Loco shortly. So just a quick one this week. Haven't got much time this week for a variety of reasons, but I hope you found that interesting and useful. Please leave comments. Let me know how you did, if you enjoyed it, or if you got different ideas on how to do this job. Always read the comments, and I always respond as well. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.